Hello everybody, today we're going to be talking about the top 12 games of 2017. We've had a good year of gaming so far actually. There's been a bunch of games out this year and all of them we've been able to get quite a few hours of gaming in. A lot of me and my friends have got a ridiculous amount of hours and we should probably get a life. So on that note, let's go into number 1. Batman, the Telltale series game. So Batman has traditionally been my favourite DC superhero, and the Telltale telling of Batman is no different. The different options that they have to be able to go through the game and really decide who you want Bruce Wayne to be, and there's some twists and turns along the way. This is definitely a game that you should play, and I've played a bit fast and loose on this one. I've played not loads of it, but I've really enjoyed what I have played of it so far. So that is number 1, and these are in no particular order. Number 2. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Game of the Year candidate. It actually won Game of the Year this year. It's a fantastic game. The visuals are amazing. And it really takes away from the traditional Zelda formula of kind of guiding you the whole way throughout the game. It reminiscent of Ocarina of Time, which is my favourite Zelda game so far, before Breath of the Wild. And it takes that and builds on it massively. It gives you that Skyrim-esque feel, and really an open world that you can explore and discover with hundreds and hundreds of hours of gameplay, and beautiful graphics, and just the storytelling of it is really great, especially for Zelda's first kickoff on the new Switch console. Number 3. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. What a game this has been this year. It's taken the streaming world by storm. We've had thousands of hours of play on streams and Twitch and Mixer, and it's taken the whole world by storm. And what a game this really is. Considering the aspect of it and, that the concept of the game is quite simplistic in its manner. You literally get dropped in, and it's like a Hunger Games scenario of 100 different people, and that's what it is. The world starts coming in around you, you get this blue kind of poisonous gas that comes around you, so to the point where at the end of the game you have the smallest little circle that you and the remaining characters have to battle it out in. Getting a chicken dinner, which is what you get if you win this game, is one of the hardest feats in gaming so far, and what an accomplishment it is to get that. So far, at this moment in time, I only have one, and what a feeling that was. Number 4. Sonic Mania. Sonic, it's one of those games. It's kind of stuck around throughout the years, especially I played it as a kid on the Mega Drive, and I'm sure it was out even before that. But, the different iterations we've had of Sonic, and I think that this is the deluxe version of Sonic. This is what Sonic 4 should have been when it was released. It's got Sonic, Tails, Knuckles. You can play all of the different characters, and it's reminiscent of the old themes of the game, and it's very Sonic. The way that you play it is pretty similar. It runs a lot smoother. It seems to be quite a bit faster as well, and it reminisces back to some of the old ways of doing things on the Sonic with some of the secret levels. And the music, it feels and runs like a great Sonic game. And it's definitely something you should have played in 2017. Number 5. Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. Now, Dragon Ball's been out for quite a while, so I've been kind of fast and loose on this one. But Xenoverse 2 is a fantastic game. And if you like Dragon Ball, this is a game that you have to play. It really takes the different storyline and builds on the first Xenoverse game of you being a time patroller. And basically you go back in time to save history and alter the changes that the demons, and I forget their names now, but that will flash up on the screen right now, to save the Dragon Ball timeline and make sure that things run as smoothly as they should have done in the first place. You get to create your own character out of Namekians, Saiyans, humans, Frieza race, and even the Margin race as well. And that allows you for a lot of different customizations and different character creations, for hundreds of hours of fun, not just on yourself but with friends as well. It's basically runs like an online multiplayer game constantly. There are single player aspects to it, but the game is really fulfilled when you have that online multiplayer and you're able to play with your friends, as a Saiyan, as a Namekian, and really switch it up a bit. Number 6. Super Mario Odyssey. Well, you did it good. You did it good. Nintendo, you came out with Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, and you threw gamers completely off with the Switch system this year. And then you come back again and do it all over again with Super Mario Odyssey. The game looks and feels like a fantastic Mario game. It harkens back to Super Mario Sunshine. And you have that 3D world aspect, but on this one it also kind of divulges back into the 2D world, where you go into the pipes, go up into the 2D wall, and you're able to jump up, and it harkens back to those, the NES, Super Nintendo days where you really enjoyed gaming, and that was the first game I ever had. So being able to play Mario again, and in that 2D aspect, but with the new faster running system and amazing graphics, it feels and runs like a great Mario game. And that is the competition on the Switch right now, is what do you buy if you first get a Switch? It has to be Legend of Zelda, or it has to be Super Mario Odyssey. There's no other games that can compete. Number 7. Ark Survival Evolved. I've been a bit cheeky with this one. It's been out for quite a while in early access on consoles, but it got released on August 27th, I believe, this year, for the full release. And an amazing game to harken back to those people who love Jurassic Park, who love Jurassic World, and really like the survival genre of gaming. You get dropped in the middle of an island, effectively, or something that they call an ark, and you have to survive. You have the traditional dinosaurs from Jurassic Park, and some of your favourite ones as well, like the Tyrannosaurus Rex, and you're even able to tame them. Building tribes and playing with your friends, and now the ability to have your own server on Ark, on the Xbox, for me, which is where I play it, has been fantastic, because I am antisocial, and to be able to manipulate the server settings and not get raided every 5 seconds is one of the best things to happen to the game. They've just released that Aberration expansion on December 12th, and that seems to be fantastic. I haven't played it yet, but it takes it into a kind of futuristic feel. So it takes a lot of the animals from films like Avatar, and it brings that to life in the game, where you have to survive and tame and live alongside them. Number 8. Resident Evil 7. This game has really taken the aspects of Resident Evil, thrown them aside, but built on some of the core aspects of the game. This game has you traversing through a murder house full of strange supernatural people, and they've also aspected this in VR as well, so it's very much a first-person game. You have to go through this murder house and really get to the end of the story with a lot of twists and turns along the way. It's definitely a game you should play if you love Resident Evil, but even if you like games like The Evil Within 2, and occasionally Silent Hill, but not so much now. It's more kind of a very much first-person horror game. There's a lot of jump scares, and it's something that you'll really enjoy if you're into that genre. Number 9. Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon is the reboot of Sun and Moon, and it's been there for quite a while now. It's come out in the end of October, I believe, and it really builds on the game aspects and the different aspects of Pokemon Sun and Moon, using the trials and even more Pokemon. I think there's over 400 more Pokemon in the game now. It really allows you to have that full Pokemon experience before Pokemon Switch comes out in 2018, which is another thing that we're going to talk about on another video. But it allows you to really harken back to the days of just battling and enjoying it. It allows new trials. There's some slight differences in the storyline as well, so don't expect, if you have Sun and Moon, you need to go out and buy this game as well. There are enough differences in it to feel like its own standalone game, but obviously you will feel some familiarities with the Sun and Moon and Alola region. But you should have fun with it, and if you love Pokemon, you'll love this game. Number 10. Splatoon 2. What an amazing game this has been this year with the release on the Switch. I never actually played Splatoon 1, and because I had a Wii U, but I never really played it that often. But the Switch has come back in full force with Splatoon 2. It feels like the shooter that Call of Duty should be, and I'm going to probably get roasted for that, but this is what I mean by that. The Splatoon 2 really takes the game not seriously. It feels like a game where you can just go and have fun with your friends. It's very much a family game. You can have children of all ages playing it. And the concept is that you have to ink as much as the floor as possible rather than trying to take out your opponent. So it's basically a ground covering game, a turf war type scenario. And once you get to a high enough level, there are some very competitive modes on ranked and league modes. And you can take this all the way to the esports leagues as well. It really works out in a group dynamic, and it's fun for all the ages. And this is definitely a game that you should have if you have the Switch. Okay, so we're down to our last two now, and these are going to be some controversial picks. So please give your thoughts in the comments below. I'd really love to hear what your opinions are on these two. Number 11, Stardew Valley. Stardew Valley is a fantastic game that's set in a pixelated 2D world of Stardew Valley. You take over your farm from your granddad, I believe, from memory, and you take it and you try and build it as much as possible. You can build relationships with the villagers along the way, and you're able to get a lot of different bits and pieces. You go to mining, you have RPG elements, there's reminiscent of Minecraft where you have to mine resources and build your farm into something that makes a lot of money and you can have great fun with. But that's not just the only point in Stardew Valley. You can go and have fun, build these relationships, and it's very relaxing. I have to say, this is the best £10 I have ever spent on a game. It's kept my girlfriend quiet for hours and hours, and it's been such a good game and well worth it. I've enjoyed many hours myself of playing it as well. You should definitely go and pick it up, and it's only around £10 on the Nintendo eShop. But I believe you can pick it up on Xbox and PlayStation 4 and PC for around the same price as well, around £14.99. But obviously dollars, that's up to you guys. Number 12. This is probably the most controversial pick on here. Battlefront 2. Battlefront 2 has been plagued by loot box scandals and many other things. People don't feel like the game runs smoothly enough. People feel like it's not the true Star Wars experience. People have even tried to get it taken out of canon and for Disney to take the licenses off of EA. Here's why I think it should be on your top games to play list in 2017. The gameplay is incredible. It feels like you're in the moment, in the Star Wars universe. Starfighter Assault is a mode that you should get this game for, just for that game. Starfighter Assault is an amazing experience where you take control of your own starship, and there's point-to-point objectives like Conquest in the Battlefield series, where you're able to take control of that starfighter, take objectives and move forward in the game. Galactic Assault is also a Conquest type game. It allows you to take on the skies and attack the foot soldiers as well as being on foot, taking control of heroes like Darth Maul, Rey, even characters like Yoda and Luke Skywalker, which were in the original as well. This game is by no means perfect, but you should definitely play it if you have the chance to. I wouldn't pay full price for it, but I would definitely pick it up in the sales when you have the opportunity. Now that they've taken the loot boxes out, it feels clunky in a way that the leveling system is a bit taken out, but you should definitely play it if you're a Star Wars fan. Honourable mentions. There are a couple of games on the honourable mentions list that I don't know much about, but I've been told quite a bit about over the past 12 months. Gravity Rush 2 is a game that I don't know a lot about once again, but you should definitely take a look. There'll be some footage on the screen now just to kind of give you some outlook as to what it is. But it's been critically acclaimed and there's a lot of people who have enjoyed the game. That's out on PlayStation 4. Horizon Zero Dawn. Horizon Zero Dawn took the gaming world by storm earlier this year, and everybody who I knew who had a PlayStation 4 played it. They absolutely loved the story, and it's definitely a game that you should take a look at. If you haven't played it already and you have a PlayStation 4, definitely pick this game up. You will enjoy it. and reminiscent of the RPG genre from what I understand, but once again I haven't played it, so it's definitely something to look at. Cuphead. This game has been begged for release for a long time, and we was amazed when it finally got released in 2017. The stories of Cuphead and Mugboy, I believe it is, that, you know, they take the devil by storm and they have to try and collect as many souls as possible whilst trying to repay the devil. This game is reminiscent of kind of the very early kind of 30s, maybe 20s cartoon-esque drawings, and the storytelling is fantastic. I've watched a lot of people play it, but I haven't played it myself. That's why it's on the honourable mentions list. Definitely pick this game up. It's cheap for what it is. You'll have hours of fun, especially if you want to play it with a friend. You have that co-op feeling, and you're able to play that with your friend to complete the storyline as well. And it's built to play like that. Thank you for listening, guys. I've really appreciated you watching the video. Please come back. We're going to be talking about the top 12 games that we're looking forward to in 2018, and also the top 12 games that flopped in 2017 as well. Please like and subscribe, and really looking forward to seeing you next time on the channel.